What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. You can call me Spree and welcome back to another Madden 20 video. Now, I think today's video is particularly interesting. I've gone ahead and completed all of the levels from level 1 to 99, grinded them all out on a separate account. There are a couple reasons I went about and did this. The first, I was really interested to see how long it would actually take, and I'm pleasantly surprised. It didn't take very long at all. I also wanted to go ahead and try to figure out like an ideal path to go through the process, what challenges to do, what players you need to do it as quickly as possible, and obviously I can share those results with you through this video. And last but not least, I've been able to build up some coins and earn some packs that I'll be able to use to try and pull a golden ticket. I think this video is going to be helpful for a lot of people, whether you're someone still grinding out the levels. It's going to show you how to do so as efficiently and as quickly as possible. And for everyone else who's already achieved the max MUT level, maybe it's a great idea to understand kind of how long it would take to redo everything and the rewards that you would attain along the way. Now let's jump right in. For most people, I'm sure you haven't seen this screen in a long time. This is the welcome screen when you first jump into Madden Ultimate Team. This is the first set of challenges that we had to get out of the way. After completing these solos, you get the chance to open a few welcome packs. The most valuable cards in those welcome packs are the Tomorrow Superstars. In there are 5, maybe 6 90 to 91 overall cards. Each of those cards are going to be a big upgrade for your current team. So if you go ahead and throw those into your lineup, you are going to have a fairly decent team to start going through these challenges. After completing the first challenge, you actually unlock all of the rest of the challenges and the auction house. Now, the first set of challenges that I think that everyone should go ahead and do, and the one that I decided to go through and finish first, were the NFL 100 solos. Now, there are two main reasons for this. The first is you get a fantasy pack for completing all of the solos, and you're able to get yourself a nice 94 to 95 overall player of your choice, which is a really big upgrade for the team. And secondly, beating each challenge gives you an opportunity to pick up a new power-up player. So those players, although they're not very high in overall, they're still going to be quality upgrades for your team. Okay, so the most important position to address for your team is quarterback. Now for me, with the Tomorrow Superstars card, I have Kyler Murray. He's going to be more than good enough to get me through up until I can upgrade his card with a better card later on. Maybe if you're starting out, the Tomorrow Superstars aren't part of the opening welcome packs and you actually don't have a starting quarterback. My suggestion is you jump into one of the quarterback solos, Peyton Manning, John Elway, any of the other quarterbacks. Go ahead, beat their challenge, pick up their power up. That's going to be good enough to get you through some of these challenges. The first challenge I went ahead and completed was the Ed Reed challenge. For me, strong safety is a really important position. I need a decent strong safety to be able to pull off the play that I use to beat most of the defensive challenges. Ed Reed's power up is significantly better than the base bronze guard that you start off with at strong safety, so I definitely needed to make that upgrade quickly. This is why I needed Ed Reed. For any defensive challenge that you need to get a stop on the drive, to prevent yardage, to prevent touchdowns, to get a turnover, this play is really going to help. What you're going to have to do is go to your formations and pick the field goal block right play. Now once you jump into the play, you're going to want to press square to bring up your audibles, press left to change formation, and press square to select safe man right. What that's going to do is going to pull out your strong safety from his previous position, and he's going to move him out wide to the farthest right receiver. From there, you're going to take control of Ed Reed and take a few steps back. On the snap, you're going to wheel away from the player and loop back around. At that same time, the computer's going to think that the player has all of a sudden become open, and he's going to throw the ball, and you're going to get a nice easy interception. It's a really easy place to do. It might take a little practice to get the hang of, but it's definitely going to help you complete those solos really quickly. The other tip I want to quickly share with you is how to get easy sacks or user tackles. Now for these challenges, I like to run mid blitz out of nickel 245 double A gap, bring down the safeties, uses the safety that is manned up on the running back, hover over a tackle or the guard. On the snap, if the running back leaks out, you follow the running back. If he stays into block, you blitz the quarterback. What that's going to do is one of the linemen are going to be attracted to your player. It's going to free up one of your other pass rushers and they're going to get an easy sack on the quarterback. Just before the quarterback is sacked, you can actually press circle, which will move you towards the closest player to the ball, and it's going to give you a chance to click on and make the sack yourself. What that's going to do is give you a user sack. So if you need a user tackle, that's going to count as a user tackle and a sack. Now, after completing all the NFL 100 solos, you end up with this pack to be able to choose any of the players. I went ahead and picked Randy Moss. I really need a wide receiver with good speed and good deep route running in particular, and I think Randy Moss is a really good addition to the team. After adding Randy Moss and all of the other free players that you get for completing the solos, this is what the team ended up looking like. Now, at this stage I'd already decided which challenge I was going to use to grind out all of the MUT levels. Because of that, I knew that I needed a new playbook and some new players to make it as easy as possible to complete them and to do it as quickly as possible. First step was going ahead and picking up a new playbook. I want to be able to run a particular play out of the Saints offensive playbook, so I went ahead and picked up one of those. So I used a theme selector token that I get from leveling up to get one of those for free. Now from there I decided to pick up a few more wide receivers. Looking back, I actually only needed one new wide receiver. Out of all of them, I think Calvin Johnson is the most useful. He's about 15k, he's an 86 overall, but he has 95 speed, and that's definitely enough for what I need him to do. The big upgrade that really makes this challenge as easy as possible is picking up this guy, John Elway. Now, John Elway as a quarterback has really good throw power, but his NFL 100 also starts off with his X Factor activated. That's super important because his X Factor is Bazooka. So Bazooka allows you to throw 15 extra yards downfield. For this particular solo challenge I have in mind, I'm going to be starting from the 25-yard line. I'm going to need someone who's going to be able to throw it around 75 yards downfield so I can get those big one-play touchdowns. John Elway is the only quarterback in the game who actually starts off with Bazooka. We know that we're going to have his Superstar X Factor activated every single time we start the challenge. Now at the time of recording, John Elway is about 100k. I think that's a small price to pay to make this challenge as easy as possible to beat. Unfortunately, I forgot to record me adding the abilities to John Elway at the time of purchase. Now these are the two abilities I decided to throw on John Elway. The first is long range Deadeye. I need perfect passes for all of his deep throws. That will make sure that happens. The other is Gunslinger. I want him throwing the ball with as much velocity as possible. Now this is the end team that I use to grind out all of the MUT levels. This team isn't particularly good, and there are only really 3 key positions that I think you need to be able to grind out these solos really effectively and really quickly. Now the first guy is John Elway. We've talked about him a lot. Bazooka 100 makes a big difference. He is essential. The second guy is Calvin Johnson. We purchased him. He was quite cheap, 95 speed. He's going to be running a streak in the play. That's all we need, good speed. Now last but not least, we've got Randy Moss. I've got him at wide receiver 4. I have him there because when I play the challenges, I don't want to have to make any subs because that's obviously going to slow things down. Putting him at wide receiver 4 puts him in the position to run the particular route that I want him to run, and it makes things as quick as possible. Okay, so now we have our playbook. We have our team that we need to beat this challenge. What we're going to go ahead and do is jump into challenges, go down to MUT Heroes. After you beat the intro challenge, it opens up the rest of the challenges, and within Booth Breakers, you are going to select the first challenge at the very top. You can do it on easy mode, it doesn't matter what difficulty you do it on. The reason I went ahead and did this challenge is the XP that you receive from doing it compared to others. As you can see from this breakdown, we get 100 XP just for completing the challenge, another 40 for getting at least 50 offensive yards, and then we get 300 XP for scoring at least 21 points. In this particular challenge, any score from outside of 20 yards is going to get you at least 30 points. I think if it's over 40 or 50 yards, you're going to get yourself 40 points instead. So long as you score a passing touchdown of at least 20 yards, you're going to get the maximum amount of XP from completing this challenge. 440 XP is really good. So now I want to break down how to beat this challenge as easy as possible. First, you need to do a little bit of setup. If you go down to your gun formations and jump into gun type offset, if you press right on the analog stick, it's going to change the package to HB1. What that's going to do is going to make the formation use 4 wide receivers instead of 3 and a tight end. The second bit of setup you're going to need to do is press R1 so you can sub in John Elway as your quarterback. The play we're going to use to beat this challenge is wide out halfback swing. And the only adjustment you're going to make is you're going to press triangle to bring up adjustments, you're going to press X to select Calvin Johnson, and you're going to press up on the left analog stick so you can put him on a streak. This is what the play out should look like. Before I snap the ball, I'm going to switch over to Tory Hold. I'm going to motion him inwards so I get an extra blocker, and then I'm going to snap the ball. This play is going to absolutely kill cover 3. Calvin Johnson on the streak is going to clear out the safety in the middle of the field, and Randy Moss is going to get wide open every single time. If the defense comes out in a man blitz or a man defense where there aren't 2 deep safeties, it's going to get open exactly the same. Randy Moss has such good deep route running, and he's fast enough to get a lot of separation from his defender, so he's going to get wide open in exactly the same way. Easy touchdown. Now, to beat cover 2 and cover 4, you're going to need to make the most of John Elway's superstar X Factor. If you give Calvin Johnson enough time to run the streak and get down the opposite end of the field, John Elway is going to be able to make a pass that will throw it all the way into your end zone. Because the challenge is in arcade mode, you're actually going to be able to aggressive catch pretty much every single time. This is a chance to practice some pocket presence. You give Calvin enough time to get down the field, throw it up to him. I like to click on and swerve catch him just to give myself a better chance of catching it. Sometimes the angles when there are 2-3 defenders around him mean that he's actually going to miss the ball. If you swerve him in, he tends to make the catch like he did so just here. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get the play off every single time. Sometimes you're going to get sacked. You're probably going to get sacked quite a lot, to be honest. On other occasions, EA is going to cheat you and a wide open player is going to drop it. It happens, just got to play through it. It doesn't happen very often, but it definitely does happen. Using this play with these players, you are going to be able to get XP really quickly. It took me an hour and a half to complete the NFL 100 challenges. That left me at level 19. It took me just over 2 hours to get up to level 49 from there. It took another 3 hours to get up to level 74, and just over 3 hours, about 3 hours 20 to get up to level 99. Now overall, that's 10 hours from level 1 grinding out all the way through to level 99, max MUT level. After all that, my team's still pretty trash, but we have a bunch of coins to use to open some packs, and we also have some level packs to use that we can go ahead and open to try our luck and see if we can pull a golden ticket. We have a bunch of gold player packs, gridiron packs, we even have some legend fantasy packs and ultimate legend fantasy packs. They're all packs that we were able to pick up really easily and are going to give us a chance to hopefully pull one of the golden tickets. Fingers crossed. Overall, it was a pretty interesting experiment, right? I thought it would take a little bit longer, so I was quite happy with the 10 hours. It was definitely quite an effort to go ahead and complete this and grind out all of the levels. If you enjoyed this video, please pop down and hit that like button. If there's something in particular that you learnt that you didn't know before, pop down in the comments section to let me know. I'd love to know what I was able to help you with. If you're interested to see where we go from here, definitely hit that subscribe button as well. And I think with that, we're done. I'm going to take those coins and take those packs that I was able to earn from getting through this, and I'm going to try my luck at a pack opening. That video will come out over the next few days while there are increased odds for this week's golden tickets. Thanks for coming through, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can call me Spree. We out.